lay out some paint before we're getting started. So a few words about my other artist comrades out there. Anthony Gray, Emily Jean. They both done painting since I've done painting, so you guys ought to be checking them out. If you're not, they're both acrylic artists. Really good. Really good. Anthony's got some art tutorials up. Emily just finished a horse painting last week. It was excellent. Now she's doing a squirrel one. Looks super nice. All right, so I've been thinking about what I want to do in this painting today. Not really sure. So we're going to do, as always, we're going to experiment with a few things. It's not quite 3 o'clock yet, so I'll continue to talk here for a little bit. So I got 2 canvases, a 12 by 16 canvas that I stretched myself, and this is a 11 by 14 Michaels canvas. This one has black gesso on it. This one sort of has a gray gesso on it, along with some streaking. Just kind of wanted to add some of that in, give that a try. It's just something different. And let's see. So I kind of sketched out I don't have it sketched on here, but last night I tinkered around sketching some scenes and putting. So I think I come up with a good, whatever I come up with that I want to put on here on this larger canvas, I will turn around and put on a smaller canvas. I think that'll be good practice for me to work on scaling and things like that. So we will putter around with it and see what we come up with. All right, so let's get to it, because it could take us a while to do 2. So all right, so let's start off with, I'm going to put some clear on here, but I'm also thinking this painting today, it's going to be a little bit moody, maybe. So maybe like have kind of a stormy sky, and then maybe some distant mountains here, and then maybe like some distant hillsides coming in, some water in here. Maybe have maybe a little bit of light shining down this way. So we light up, maybe this will be like a valley over here, and it'll be like some light up in the valley. And then, I don't know, we'll do something with the foreground. Yeah. You know, I sketched it out about 3 times last night. I never did quite figure out something. I just absolutely said, yeah, this is going to be it. So, anyway, let's get started. So, we're going to paint 2 paintings today at the same time. So, let's get started on those. All right, so this is just liquid clear I put here on this plate. I'm going to mix it with a little bit of mountain mixture and a little bit of Blizzard Crimson. Maybe just a little bit of white. Lighten it up just a little bit. All right, so I can see what the color is. Yeah, that kind of looks okay. Say hello if you're in there, so I can say hi back to you. Maybe a little bit darker. There we go. That looks pretty good. I think I'll sit this down though, because if I don't, I'm going to get distracted and I will end up pouring it backwards in my hand. Can't tell you how many times I've done that. So we're going to introduce it's a little bit too red. We'll add a little bit more purplish hue to it. So we have a little Prussian blue in here for this. I'm not going to have too much of a reflection today in the water, even though I'm not sure exactly where the water is going to go just yet. But so we're just putting some color in here. Maybe a little darker down this way. So Like I say, it's going to be kind of a little bit of a moody piece. A little bit. I'm not really feeling all that moody, but so it may change as we go. But let's see. This is just liquid clear with a little bit of mountain mixture, some alizarin crimson in there, and a little bit of Prussian blue. This liquid clear I made myself, so you can look in my library. There's a video on how to make it if you'd like to make it for yourself. All right, so that'll do to get that canvas going. Now I'll switch the 11 by 14. We'll do kind of the same thing. This canvas is a little more smooth. I like a lot of tooth in my canvas, but this one's not got so much tooth in it. This is just an economy canvas. Oh, great. Just picked up a glob of Prussian blue, threw it right on my iPad. So hang on for a second. Let me wipe that off real quick. Always exciting. We gotta watch out for this blue. Last painting I did with you guys, I went to dinner. I had blue paint on my face when I got to dinner, and I think that was a little embarrassing for my wife. Since she made me stand in the parking lot while she cleaned it off my face. All right, let me clean the monitor off here. There we go. Good thing about baby wipes, they clean this stuff right up. All right, let's get back to it. If you guys are speaking, I can't see for some reason. Oh, there we go. Hey, Logan. So I was just about to say, if you guys were speaking to me, I couldn't see for some reason. Facebook does that sometimes. So we're doing two paintings today at the same time. Two different sizes, same subject matter, but as you guys know, they seldom come out the same way. It's always something different. So we're just slicking up the canvas a little bit here. Hey, Sonny. Hey, Kathy. All right, so we're giving away another painting today at the end of the video. Well, not at the end of the video, but once we go through and stack all the people up. So be sure to like and share this video, and make sure you speak up in the room so I know you're here. And for each one of those things, you get your name will get put in the list. Maybe you'll be the person to win this painting. Hang on, I'll show it to you. Here it is. It's an 8 by 10 I did last year called Captured. So I'll show it again a little bit later. Hey, Paul. All right. Now, from now on, we will not let these two sit on top of each other. But, all right. So we're working with black canvas, so I'm going to put a little bit of some color in the sky. So. I think we'll just kind of put a little bit of motion in the sky. A little bit of high stratus type stuff. So how are you guys doing on a Sunday? It's not overly hot here, but it's a little bit hot. Just kind of streaking the sky up here a little bit. Kind of blend as we go with this particular topic. There we go. Just a little bit more. All right. Hello, Paula. I should have just set up 2 easels today instead of swapping these paintings back and forth. All right, so we got a little bit of a sky here. Now we're going to take the 11x14 and kind of do the same thing with it. And probably right about that point, these paintings will start to diverge. even though I'm trying to pretty much do the same painting, and just in 2 different sizes. I usually find my paintings separate. How are you today, Paula? How are you today, Kathy? Sunny's at work. She's still tuning in. What a cool friend. All right. Let's streak up the sky a little bit with this one, too. So I'm going to kind of take this black canvas and it's going to be an overall moody painting, but it'll be all right. Think about that a little bit. Okay, let me soften that down. All right. Speak up. I'll give it a try. All right, so we're just putting together 2 paintings here: 11x14, 12x16 landscape. Using a black canvas, black gesso canvas, and oils. All right, let's go back to our original painting because this is going to be the scaled down one. And let's see. I think we'll do some clouds next. This is not quite a stormy day, but it has a potential to be a stormy day in this painting, I think. So let's just kind of I think we'll do this like maybe 1 cloud at a time. Well, maybe 2 clouds at a time. All right, so we're just going to kind of blend these out. Blend them out, blend them out. I don't think we need to quite clean this brush up just yet. So let's just put a little bit more edge on that one there, and this one right here. And then let's just kind of, I don't know, let's kind of go this way. Hey, Emily Jean. Everybody say hi to Emily. She is a fantastic artist. New friend of mine. She is super talented. Super talented. I have been watching her paint today. I didn't get a chance to finish watching her, but I'll watch it when I get done. Now we're doing a couple of them here, Emily. Let's see how this goes. I sort of kind of have an idea where I want to go with it, but we shall see. We shall see. All right, let's smooth those out a little bit. Let's blend those out. So we're going to stay off the edge, but we'll get down here on the bottom. Put these clouds in. Put little fainter clouds in right over here, like that, yeah. And then, let's stick some darker ones in over here on this side. This is going to be the darker side of the painting. And I'm just going to use a 1-inch brush to do that. Alright, so let me clean this brush here. Alright, let's puff these up a little bit. And then I think I need a few more clouds, maybe. I kind of like those high stratas back there, but I put a couple more things here in the front. There's going to be some distant mountains right here, so go down just a little bit more these clouds. And we'll leave that kind of dark space in between there. Kind of give them some distance. And maybe just spray this cloud up a little bit over the top of that one. And then we'll just let these kind of clouds kind of stay blue. A little bit blue. And float in front of that black one right there. Alright. Yes, Jennifer, this is oils. Sure is. Sure is. Thank you, Shirley. I'm working at it. That's all you can do. All right. Mix these up a little bit. There we go. All right. Now let's build on that. All right. So we got some clouds in there. We'll come back to this other painting when we get done. Let's see if we kind of stick to the same schedule when we get to that. Touch this cloud right here. There we go. All right. So I want to put in some rolling distant mountains. So let me kind of mix up. So I'm just using some Prussian blue and some Alizarin Crimson on the knife. We'll mix that up with some. Mix that up with some titanium white. Kind of blend it out, trying to get a kind of a lavender color. Let's try that and see how that looks. Let me get a filbert. Alright, so if you watched my last video, we did some mountains together using a filbert. So let's try this. Let's put some of these in here. Alright, so on my sketch I kind of have them like that. Alright, so we're going to add a little bit blue to that as we go. Bring the next mountain in here. This one's going to be a little darker. Come back this way. A little darker than that, I think, even. even still. There we go. So it is a little trickier to do this with a filbert on this wet on wet. We got 4 layers of paint on here already, so. But it's okay. It's going on all right. Hey, Mare. How are you? How are you? How are you? All right. So let's just take that. I'll pick up a little bit of titanium white, just a little bit of titanium white. Gonna push this in here. And just tap, 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 tap. And don't want to destroy anything we put in there. We'll carry this out a little bit to this edge of this thing here. All right. So now I want to smooth this out a little bit more. There we go. So by putting this like this thin fog layer in here, it's going to give us some separation when we start to put the next group of mountains in. So let's do that. I'm going to go mix up another color here. It's a very good paint by kind of mixing colors as I go. I'm kind of fascinated by color mixing anyway, so alright. So we're just painting over the top of the mountains we just put in there. But that's okay, we know they're back there. Alright. Alright, so I want a little bit of water in here. So we're gonna put some water in here. Before we do that, let's use this little dude right here. This little brush right here. Maybe a little bit more blue. A little more blue. There we go. Right along in here, we're gonna put some trees. Just little trees back here in the background. Along this mountain. I think it might stand to be a little darker, not too much, but this painting is going to be kind of, like I said, kind of moody, so. Alright, then we'll put a little bit of white with that. Just to kind of show those tree trunks off back there. You know, maybe we'll just bring those, maybe we'll bring those trees on across here. And do the same thing with the trunks. Just kind of give an indication there's some trees way back yonder. Alright. Okay. Any questions so far? Everybody's being so quiet. All right. So let's figure out. I want to put some grassy areas and then some water in here. So let's deal with the green first, because there's going to be some green in this picture. So we're just tapping here with the fan brush, kind of laying the landscape in here. We'll come back and highlight it a little bit more in just a minute. You know what? I'm going to need another fan brush. And different color. I need some. So we're going to introduce, I think it would be cool just to break this green up just a little bit with some dark sienna in between there. So let's do that. So let me find another fan brush. I've only got like 18 freaking fan brushes going. All right, let's try this one. Here's another 3-inch, or number 3 fan brush. So pick up some of this dark sienna, maybe just a little bit of white, just a tad. And then we'll start to put some of the shoreline in here. All right, back to green. Hi, Hope. How are you today? Hi, Jacqueline. How's everybody doing? We're just painting a little landscape here. Just kind of making it up as we go, but I don't know if you've watched many of my videos, that's usually what we do. So, if you guys watch Bob Ross at all, Bob will tell you just kind of, if you learn to go with what you got, work with what you got, it'll make it so much easier. And I kind of, early on, I didn't quite get that, but I started doing that, and it really made this much more relaxing. All right, so I'm gonna have to deal with this water a little bit so I can work out the rest of this. So let me get this in here, because I think, let's see, you want a smaller knife than that. Where's my knife? Here it is. So we're just painting kind of a little bit of a moody landscape today. We're just kind of putting some water lines in here, forming up this side of the river. We'll kind of scrub it up back in there, carry it on back in that way. And here I'm pushing down on this knife pretty hard. If you have any questions as we go along, feel free to ask them. All right. Now then, let's bring this river forward. So I'm just going to take some titanium white here. We're just going to brighten this river up a little bit on this canvas. And we'll go back and add some more water lines here in a second. So everybody having a good Sunday? I have had a good time. I watched Emily Jean. She was here a few minutes ago. I don't know if she's still here or not. If you guys haven't checked her out, you need to watch her art. She's an acrylic artist. She is awesome. Just awesome. And Anthony will probably pop in here before we get done. And he's also an acrylic artist. He is extremely talented. Alright, so right in here, we're going to put a little bit of an island, I think. Maybe can I do this with the filbert? Yeah. So we're just going to put a few trees up in here. I don't want to be too tall. There we go. Like that. These, they're still pretty far out in the distance, so we don't need a lot of definition to those guys. But I'm gonna come back just a little bit of this green, just a little bit. Tap it in here, and then just a little bit of this brown that we used earlier. Kind of mush up the definition. Get any hard lines out of there that are in there. All right. So let me stick another water line or two like around this island. Water's a little turbulent around this island. Alright. Okay. I'm liking it. Okay. Now then, I think, so I don't really want the middle of the, I don't want the horizon line. See, the island is just a little bit above, you know, the midpoint of the canvas, which is good. I want that. But I also want to bring in some, mid-ground with this too. So let's see. I want to, well, let's see. Let's take, let's see if I want to muss up another brush. I guess I'll have to. Alright, so we're going to take some of this color that we had before. And I think I just want to put another, like a distant mountain back in here. Like that. Before I start building up the rest of this. Hi, Dorothy. How are you today? All right, so let's start. Let's kind of put some color in here. We're not going to mess up that color too much because I want this side to stay dark. I want this side to be dark. Now I shoulda, woulda, coulda put a little bit of fog right back in here. Nope, I didn't get it. Let's try it again. There we go. So we're just creating some separation here by putting this in with whatever's going to come up next. All right. So let's turn I'll tell you what, let's double load this brush. So we're gonna put one color on one side and a different color on the other side. I'm gonna stick a couple of rocks out here in this river. Use a little bit more of that darker color, I think. A little more. Here we go. I don't know what else is going to be up here in this part yet. So, all right, that'll work. Just have a few extra little stones out there. Rough that water up just a little bit. Alright, so let's go back to this color. I'll tell you what, let's come a little bit more in here. Alright, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. Alright, so we're just going to come right on here with this brush and just lift up some of these trees. And then we'll just put some color down here to put in the rest. We'll decide what else is going to go down there yet, but we'll figure it out. I'm going to break up all those rough lines. And then let's put some color down this way. Let's put some more color out here on the palette. This will get us started. Alright, so let's fool with this now. So let's take... Alright, so this is where we start to figure it out. Figure out the hard parts. So I just got a fan brush here. And I just want to apply a little bit of a glow. A little bit of a glow to this valley right around in here. Yeah, alright, that'll work for me. Alright. Make the rest of it work in here with the trees. Alright, so let me take a second here. Clean a couple brushes up. Think about where we're at. Get the paint off my hands. And then we'll start a dash here. Alright, so let's start with, let's get some more color. So we're working up here closer, so we're going to put a little bit of midnight black out here. We want to pull up some a little bit darker color. Looks a little blue. If you were, I don't know if it looks like that to you guys, but it looks a little bit blue. It's got some bluish tint to it. We're going to mix that with some sap green. I'm just going to mix this on the brush. So let's start putting a few things in here. So let's try it. Let's put a tree right here. Alright, the tree can stand to be a little bit darker, so mix up a little bit more of this black. We'll put the second tree in here. And over here, I just want to put a couple of suggestions of trees. I don't really want to, just kind of want them sticking up out of the landscape here. Maybe a bigger one right here. Wow, nobody has any questions today. That's odd. I'm going to go back over this first tree a little bit. I'm not satisfied with the fact that it's not dark enough for me, so I'm just going to kind of add to this tree. And I'll darken it up. And the reason it kind of lightened up is we hit those water lines that were under it on the river, so. Alright. I'll kind of pull up some trees back here in the background. And then we'll start to put some other ones in. And I'll come back and highlight these trees in a minute. Let's figure out how the rest of it's going to look first. Okay, let's clean the brush. Alright, so we got our base color down pretty good. So we left the sketch I did last night long ago. So kind of go wherever we want to with this. So let's take some more of this green. Just create some indications of some landscape in here. So we're just tapping the brush just like this, creating this. We don't want to cover up all this dark. I'm just going to use it to be our shadow colors. Alright. Now, let's decide who lives here. Maybe we'll put a tent. We want to put a cabin or a tent? You know what? Let's put a tent. Larry and his other buddy Larry going camping out here. So I'm just kind of sketching this in. This tool that I'm using is you can buy this at any art store pretty much. It's like a paint. It's like a paint eraser. Just scrapes the paint right back off of the canvas wherever you would lay it down. So I'm just kind of marking out what I want this tent to look like. All right, and then we'll put it in there. All right, so I'll do this with a flat, I think. First, we'll just kind of sketch it in here. So we're just kind of sketching this dude in here. This is hard. This is a hard paint stroke for me because I'm left-handed and we're painting right-handed. All right, let's paint this in here though. I'd like to use the wide flat of the brush. I guess I can still do that. It's just harder. I'm going to create a little bit of a highlight right here on the edge of the tent. Get it across the back. Not much of one, just a little bit. Oh, what happened there? Alright. Probably should clean out the brush at this point, but I don't think I will. I'm almost got this done, so. Alright, now we want to come back to that brown again. Or do something a little darker than the other side, but not quite invisible. Not so dark that it's invisible. There we go. A little brown. Then we'll hit it with a stroke of black right down the middle to create the tent flap. One more time. Okay. So let's put a little bit, let's do some work to the landscape part of it. Shall we? So all we're really doing here is we're just tapping this in with this 1-inch brush. Oops, almost lost my grip. We'll tap the edge of that, tap those edges, sharp edges off of the tent as well. We're just going to lay this color in for right now. We'll add some more stuff to it here in a second. The more we tap it, the softer it gets, So when this dries, it'll kind of look kind of foggy a little bit. All right. Now let's work on those. Let's put in the rest of the landscape. All right. Let's see. So I would say, let's get some more colors out here. Let's pull out a little bit of get some cad yellow. We got maybe a little bit more of a alizarin crimson. Not a lot, but a little. Let's just take those two. I'm going to mix them over here on the corner of the palette. A little more red than I want. Let's try it a little bit. Here we go. I'm not trying to stuff a lot of color in here, because the rest of the painting's fairly muted, so I do want to put a little bit in here. And this will add just a little more interest. Okay, and before we get too carried away with that, let's put another tree in. Oh, so this tree is going to be all about the highlights. This great big old guy. It's the biggest guy in the forest, maybe. All right. So I've depleted my sap green. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Sheila. You can paint like this. You can. Just next time we get ready to paint, just bust out your palette and your easel and paint right along with us. All right, I need a little bit more sap green though because I busted it out. Let's see. Here we go. All right, so we want to keep this pretty well muted, but I'm going to add some highlights to these trees. So, you know, you can see this side is mostly dark, right? So we're going to add highlights to this side of the tree. The tree's a little crooked at the top. Looks like he got stepped on when he was little. Or maybe he got stepped on when he was tall. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to add just a little bit. I'm going to make that a little more green, a little darker. Add a little bit of reverse highlight on here. I need a little bit lighter than that. A little lighter than that. Here we go. Just to kind of add a secondary highlight in there. Alright. Thank you, Carolyn. As usual, we're just kind of piddling along here, figuring it out as we go. All right, so let's go back to our little kind of an autumn colored brush we got here. A little bit of red, a little bit of yellow, and a little bit of white. Add a little bit highlighting. Just a little bit highlighting here. That's not great. That's not orangey enough. That's a little too. Here we go. Something like that. All right. All right. So we put a divider line down there on the tent, down the middle, and I'm sitting this close to it and I really still can't see it. So we're going to correct that, maybe. Let's just give it a try by adding. I can't get any darker, so we're going to add a little bit of highlight to it. So let's take a little bit of liquid clear, which is not what I usually use, but it's what I'll use this time. A little bit of white, a little bit of brown, and just highlight this down. We'll make a couple little. All right, now this tree over here that we put in last, is sitting. It kind of sits in the foreground, so which is fine. But I want to put something in front of it. So let's get some green. Let's push some bushes up in front of it like that. There we go. And how about a rock? People seem to have trouble with rocks. I know I certainly did when I started, but they're really not that hard. So let me, I'll do one real quick. Let's put a relatively big rock, like right there. So let's get some dark color. You guys see that okay? I hope you can. So we're going to kind of put it in between these two trees. So we'll just kind of squish it in there. Like that. Alright, so the best way to think about rocks is to think of them kind of like miniature mountains. If you do that, it'll become easy. See this? So I put some highlight color on there, small, thin strand of paint here. We're going to highlight from this side, so there we go. There we go. All right. Maybe just a tad, a teeny tiny bit of white. Just a little bit more. All right. Then on the other side, I think I'll take some of this mountain mixture color. We'll apply that as the reverse highlight color. How's that? All right. Getting close. Getting close. Getting close. All right. So I just want to put something in front of that rock. I don't want it just sitting out there in the middle of everything. So let's just take some green and some yellow. And just push up some weeds right here. There we go. If you pull some of the mountain color off, that's okay. You know, you kind of want to mix it here. You don't want it to all be, you know, shiny and new. That would be so weird. I'm just adding some colors back in here. All right. Well, so I think that about does it, guys. I'm not happy with the way that came out. How about you guys? All right, well, I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. I'm going to go play with my cat. I'm locked out of the room because he likes to interject comments throughout. But, oh yeah. Be sure to leave a like and a comment and a share. And each one of those will get you an entry for this painting, which we'll be giving away. So if you live in the United States, we will be just shipping it to you. So the next 24 hours, we'll pick a name out of a hat for all the people that put their names in the hat. And we'll go from there. So, and we'll send it out to you. I'm giving, I don't know how many, 3 or 4 away, I've guessed so far. We'll just keep giving them away. You're doing me good in my basement. So we have a big art show coming up in September, so we're trying to get ready for that. This painting will probably be in that. This painting here will probably be in that show. So it'll be at the Jeffersontown Gaslight Festival near Louisville, Kentucky. So if you guys want to come out, I will be there painting live for 3 days. So hope to see you then. Bye.